Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and this is Reggae Boys Commentary. In this video we're going to have a quick look at captain of Leicester City Football Club, Wes Morgan, who is also a Jamaican international, and the role that he has played, especially in the last few years. And one concerning factor of this is that since August 2013 until now, he has played in 124 games for Leicester City. And when you include the time that he made his debut for Jamaica in September 2013 until now, that's 25 caps that he has for Jamaica so far. So that is 149 games in the last 3 years. Call it 150 games if you add up a few pre-season games that he's played and stuff like that. 150 games in 3 years. That is 50 games in 1 year. That is an average of 4 games a month. That is on average 1 game a week. And remember, he's coming from the Championship as well, where they're playing 2 games a week. Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So his legs are knackered and very tired. Do you think that he's going to suffer from burnout soon? Please let me know, Reggae Boys fans, in the comments below, because players, despite the good quality that they have, and for me, he's been the best centre-half in this league this season, he undoubtedly needs a rest in my view. I would say that I would drop him for the Copa America, but I do think that he's going to need some rest before going into that tournament. If you remember, he did not play against Nicaragua in the home and away series prior to the semi-final round of the qualifiers. He didn't play in that at all. If you remember last season, after Leicester City survived in the league in the 2014-2015 season. The season finished in May. Then you had June, which was the Copa America tournament in Chile, and then after that was July, the CONCACAF Gold Cup. So he had no rest whatsoever. 10 days, 9 days basically for those Nicaragua games. He needs more rest. You know, he's 32 years of age. We've seen the immaculate performances from him this season, but I just feel that he is going to need a rest sometime soon. I want him to play these last 2 games for Leicester City this season, and you know, as of the 15th, that is when the season is finished, and then the Reggae Boys has their encounter against Chile. It's up to the coaching staff as well if they would like him to play against Chile, but for me, he's definitely in our Copa America squad. Would I play him against Chile? No. I would use this opportunity to have a look at one or two new faces in the team and see if they have any ability to get into the starting 11. Because for me, Wes Morgan, Adrian Mariappa and Andre Blake are 3 names that are always going to be on the team sheet for Jamaica. Andre Blake, Wes Morgan and Adrian Mariappa should be the first 3 names on our starting 11. Always, always. I think he has cemented his spot, and I think that those 12 days rest prior to the CONCACAF the Copa America Centenario will be very important for him. What he can do, he sit back, he relaxes, he goes on the tour of the city, he celebrates a title with the fans, he recuperates with his family, and then he travels from England and meets up with the team in the United States, where they'll play in Chicago in the state of Illinois, their first encounter against Venezuela. I think that that is what should be done. To travel 9 hours to Chile, and then from Chile go back to the States, it is very tough for him, so he's going to have to manage his time very well. I am very proud of the progress he's made, because if you remember during his time at Nottingham Forest and his early days at Leicester, the coaching staff said to him that he should shed a few weight, and he's done that immensely, and we've seen how much his reaction time has improved as a result of that. He's always been a good reader of the game, but that reaction time as well has helped him to improve immensely in the Premier League. And let's not forget his partner in crime, Robert Huth, the former German international as well, who played with Chelsea and Stoke City as well, alongside Middlesbrough. So Wes Morgan, I think that he does deserve a rest going into the Copa America Centenario, because remember, after that as well, the World Cup qualifiers are September. So let us say that he does play the Chile game. We do go into the Copa America tournament in June. We go to the quarterfinals. We go deep into the tournament. The tournament finishes July. It's pre-season again with Leicester. There's no break for him. 2 weeks, 10 days. It's not enough. it really isn't enough, and he deserves this break. He has done phenomenally well. A majority of times when he plays for Jamaica, he gives 7 or 8 out of 10 performances. On his debut, to me, he gave a 9 out of 10 performance, but he has set the bar high, and he rarely goes below it. And I'm happy that he's a Jamaican international. I remember it was during the 2014 World Cup qualifiers prior to when we were going to play the likes of Mexico, the United States, and when we were going to go abroad to play Honduras, where we had that injury crisis where Naira Nosworthy was out, and we know that Demar Phillips was going to miss the game as well, and also Jermaine Taylor was not going to play that game as well. And it was just Adrian Mariappa out of the 4 from that Mexico game that we drew 0-0 at Azteca that was going to remain in the back line, as Daniel Gordon was called into the team and he made his debut. I remember speaking with Adrian Mariappa, and he said to me, there is one centre half who I would gel perfectly with, and he said his name was Wes Morgan. And I made sure I did my research on him and ensured that he had the Jamaican roots, and he was able to qualify to play for Jamaica through his parentage, and the paperwork was processed and he got his passport in time for that encounter against Panama with a 0-0 draw in September 2013. Wes Morgan made his debut in the Premier League at 30 years old. Not many can say that they make their debut at 30 and then go on to win the Premier League at 32. It's amazing, isn't it? And in addition to that, some other facts about Wes Morgan. He's won the Championship and the Premier League. And that's another interesting fact about it. I was on a radio show yesterday with KLS with Stratton Palmer, and he was asking the panel as well, is Wes Morgan the first black man to captain a Premier League winning team? And I made mention to him and said, no, you had the likes of Patrick Vieira and Vincent Kompany as well. But what separates Wes Morgan from those two players is that Wes Morgan is a Caribbean international, and no other Caribbean international has captained a team and lifted the Premier League trophy. So I'm looking forward to this weekend when Leicester City plays Everton, if they're going to lift the trophy this weekend, or if it's against Chelsea. I look forward to either one of those encounters to see them lift up the trophy. So it's just unbelievable, isn't it? Leicester City are champions of England. I've always had a soft spot for Leicester, to be honest with you, because over the years we had some Jamaican internationals playing for them for quite some time. Frank Sinclair winning the League Cup for them in 1997, when Martin O'Neill was in charge, and he won the League Cup with them in 2000. I remember Emil Heskey was a valiant member of that team as well, quite an asset. I remember Barry Hales was there as well. It was 8 years ago that Ricardo Fuller and Stoke City were promoted to the Premier League, and Leicester City were relegated to League One. And in 8 years, they've gone from League One football to the champions of England. Hard work does pay off, and it never goes unnoticed. And something that I've lived by in life as well, to say everything in life happens for a reason. Everything. And Martin Keown said it as well. You do not need world-class players to win the Premier League. You need the best team to win the Premier League. And we saw that with the likes of Manchester United in the early days. The 2008-2009 season, the 2007-2008. Just a handful of players were world-class in the team, but the majority of the squad, you wouldn't say that they lit the world alight, but Sir Alex Ferguson got 100% out of all the players. The likes of John O'Shea, Wes Brown, Michael Carrick. Trust me, I like Michael Carrick as a football player. I grew up in my teenage years as a holding midfielder and admired every single thing that man did, but he's not necessarily world class. Sir Alex Ferguson got the best out of Michael Carrick. The absolute best. And I think Claudio Ranieri has done that as well with his team. Riyad Mahrez, £400,000. That looks like a bargain now. Jamie Vardy, Wes Morgan, of course, Robert Huth, Kasper Schmeichel, N'Golo Kante, Danny Simpson, Danny Drinkwater, Mark Albrighton, Okazaki, Ojoa. They're now Premier League champions. I was kind of hoping for Jamaica to erupt a bit more with excitement. Yes, there was some bit of buzz on social media as well, and people comparing Wes Morgan to what Steven Gerrard did, and saying how Wes Morgan could be a better captain than Steven Gerrard, but Steven Gerrard's accomplishments should not be taken lightly, because Steven Gerrard has worn his heart on his sleeves, and he has done his best for Liverpool at all costs. And you know, the Scousers really do love their city, and he really did his part. And Wes Morgan, a man from Nottingham, has really done the same for Leicester City as well. I'm Simon Preston, this is Reggae Boys Commentary, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And remember to answer the question, do you think that Wes Morgan needs a rest prior to the Copa America Centenario tournament in the United States?